Have you or a loved one been hurt or injured? If you are considering contacting a personal injury lawyer, you may be curious to know how they assess what your case is worth. Brenda Hollingsworth of Auger Hollingsworth joins us today to discuss this important topic. It's always great to see you, Brenda.
Yeah, great to see you too. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. Now, if someone has been injured, how might a personal injury lawyer assess what their case is worth?
Right, this is the question that everybody wants to know when they first come and see us. And obviously, we don't often know right away. It takes quite a bit of research and investigation to get the true value of your case. So the kinds of things we do, first of all, we look at other cases that have been decided that are similar to yours. We also make sure that we have all of your medical records and all of the evidence we need to build a strong case, like your loss of income, your medical needs, anything else you might need in the future. We calculate that, put them all together, and then we're able to give you a ballpark of what your case might be worth.
And things like those medical costs or loss of income, if someone is unable to work, they're more important than people might realize when it comes to a personal injury claim.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, in Ontario, sometimes the loss of income or the future care costs are the biggest component of the claim. In our entire country, in Canada, pain and suffering damages are maxed out at 400,000. It's indexed to inflation, but it's around 400,000. So no one, even the most seriously injured victim in Ontario, is getting higher than that for pain and suffering. So the bigger numbers come from things like loss of income and future care costs.
Now, is there a limit on the amount of time someone might have to be able to seek legal advice following an accident or an injury?
Yeah, every case in Ontario has a time limit, so it's important to check with a lawyer to see what it is for your specific case. Often it's 2 years. For most cases, it's 2 years, but sometimes there are notice letters that have to go out earlier. So if you've had a slip and fall, for example, or you've been injured on government property or by a government vehicle, it's pretty good idea to check with a lawyer as soon as you possibly can to make sure you don't miss any deadlines.
And you've mentioned to us before the importance of maybe documenting what you can at the time, because that's going to help you down the road.
Yeah, that's right. Your experience at the scene is really important. So obviously you need to deal with any immediate medical needs, but as soon as you can, sit down and write out what happened, everything that you remember, because as time passes, there are lots of things that are going to happen to you, regular life things, and then also things related to the accident, like all of the different conversations you're going to have with healthcare professionals, and preserving the memory from that first day is going to be very helpful later on when all the water goes under the bridge.
So if someone's watching right now and they themselves have been injured, maybe they're confused about whether or not they need a lawyer to represent them, what would your advice be to them?
There is absolutely no reason not to call for a free consultation. Personal injury lawyer, our law firm, we will always see you for a free consultation. Right now we're doing them on Zoom or by phone. It's working great. So anywhere in Ontario, we can help you and find out if you have a case and what ballpark you're looking at in terms of whether or not it's worth your while. We're always happy to help.
We tend to be moving out of slip and fall season a little bit right now as we enter the spring and summer months. Any advice that you have for people going forward into the warmer days?
Well, you want to definitely be watching for pedestrians. Warmer days mean more people, and especially once we head into rainy season, a lot of pedestrian accidents happen in the rain, actually. Pedestrians will have their hoods up, maybe they have an umbrella, and they're in a rush. So you want to make sure, especially if you're turning right, that you're looking to make sure that that crosswalk is clear. That's a really common problem in the spring. The slip and falls, those will continue, maybe not in the GTA, but up in the Barrie area, a little bit north of the GTA. Those will continue well into April. And remember now, some of those cases have a 60-day time limit to give notice. So if you've had a slip and fall and you're injured, you are going to want to speak to a lawyer as soon as possible.
Brenda Hollingsworth of Auger Hollingsworth, great advice, great conversation as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a paid presentation. Some guests appear on behalf of paid sponsors. Opinions expressed do not constitute advice.